For you in from Spain. So come on down, filmmakers. Let's give a round of applause. I know Ina's here from Singapore. Got a couple of LA folks, because I know them. Steve, where are you from? Are you local? Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Michael, come on down. James. Hi. What's your name? Oh, you are Ina. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you. ELYSIAN Fields. Gerald, the Heartside View, Darkroom, 3D, Ned, Vintage, race car driving. I love racing. Shh. Michael, you're representing a couple of films. We'll talk about it, and James as well. Okay, so here's my surprise. Okay, first of all, we honor stories worth telling. And, okay, plug. What's the best software in the world for storytelling? Thank you, Final Draft. So Manny from Final Draft was emailing me and he says, hey, now Juan, please don't tell me if I said this wrong. Juan Cariba worked on Star Trek, the 3D version with Bad Robot. And so he flew in from Spain and he's going to handle the Q&A. Where are you, Mr. 3D expert in the world? Come on down. So I'm going to leave it up to you. However you want to work it. Do they have their mics? We're good. And guess what? Sure. We're going to have your DCPs here for you so you can take them home with you, your treasured babies. Thank you.
Juan actually did the DCP for my film, as a matter of fact.
What were you saying, sorry?
You did DCP for my film and did a fabulous job.
Yeah, and also the Running with the Bulls, I also know those guys are also from Spain. So, I basically don't know what I'm doing here. This whole craziness started when I got my 3 weeks vacation from finishing Star Trek Into Darkness. And it was a thing of, the post supervisor got me and he was like, well, either you get your vacation now or you better not get a vacation in the next 2 years. So he was like, I might get it. And Manny from Final Draft, wherever you are, he started texting me like, hey, there's this 3D festival, do you want to come? And they were like, I'm flying from Spain 2 days before, but yeah, sure. And then he started telling me like, okay, you're not going to believe what happened. I told them that you were coming to the festival and they want you to kind of do the Q&A. They're like, cool, how do I do it? And he still hasn't answered that question. So I guess the best thing that I can do is, I've been involved in all sort of 3D projects, small, medium, and large, and I know what a crazy process the whole 3D is in all different stages, and what we have been seeing here are many different ways of approaching 3D, from animation, stop motion, and film, all sort of things. And I guess the first question that, because of this such huge variety, will be, why did you choose the medium that you chose for your project, and what kind of technical difficulties you found in the way? And by the way, part of my Spanish accent, I know it's hard after the whole day. Guys?
Well, in my film, 3D to me makes it more real. And I felt like if I could put people behind the wheel of a race car, it would be an experience that would be more real than watching it in 2D. Flat image. To me, the first time I saw 3D, I fell in love with it, and I realized this is what I have to do. And this is the third of a 3-part series that I'm doing on automotive topics. And the racing to me is the more exciting, more visceral, more just draws you in. And if you saw one in 2 minutes, you would probably like the rest of it too.
What about the rest of you guys?
For me, it was, I thought it would be a good component to telling the story. So I had a 2D and a 3D, two different worlds that the story I thought was a little more effective and interesting if it had just that component to it. So, but it was technically challenging because we had some limited resources and we shot them with beam splitter and DSLR. So, but it was a lot of posts and I think it's it worked out really nice.
I was responsible for producing the NOLL surfboard piece with Michael in the end.
We primarily produced that piece for 3D broadcast. It was part of a couple of other segments focusing on manufacturing of products. We chose to use the manufacturer as the narrator rather than using voiceover, but we shot it in 3D with 3D.1 and a Z10,000. And you know, we were just trying to provide this sort of immersive experience of manufacturing, and with each subject we took old archival photographs and converted those to 3D, and it kind of flowed together very nicely.
Next subject.
I directed a digital darker in the art of 3D. I didn't really have a choice. We were tasked to do a documentary about 3D artists working in 3D, so, well, we had to produce the rest of it in 3D. We started off with all this great 3D imagery and just had to sort of, you know, fill in the details, get the story, and it was really for us a lot of post-production, especially getting into the history of 3D photography, digging through. I mean, there's some people in the room that we got some material from. Hopefully we got you in the credits. But the, you know, really challenging to kind of dig into the history of 3D photography and kind of just as an appreciation really for the past of 3D photography and the present of artists kind of creating new worlds using today's tools.
Well, for us, it was a kind of a learning curve because I'm totally new to stereo. I'm a painter. I just wanted to make a painting that kind of moves into space and creates more immersive experience. But what we learned in the process that 3D really doesn't help if the story or the visuals are not working together. So we really struggled first to definitely create a good visuals, convincing visuals, and then followed with the stereo. And of course, then the stereo was very great. Worked really well because everything was planned. So yeah, that's for us.
Which one was your piece?
Elysian Fields. I actually, the documentary that you showed about the stereoscopic and why artists choose stereo answered all the questions. Put it better.
So my name is Mike Williams. I actually do 3D distribution. However, I distribute Ned's film. I also distribute the surfboard film, which is Glimpse, the TV series. And I distribute the ENCIERRO, the Pamplona Running with the Bulls. I'll speak on behalf of them since they weren't able to make it from Spain. However, we do have some Spanish representation here.
And I have run with the bulls. It's scary as hell.
Over many glasses of wine, since I've established that Spaniards love to drink wine, at my house in San Diego, I was able to get out of Salva, who is part involved from D4D on the Pamplona film. I think one sentence can answer why that